going to ask you during the flight, keep the conversation to a minimum. Just always remember, I am always having two conversations, so unfortunately not with myself, so that's a good thing. Some days the tower controllers get a little grumpy, so my radio is going to be on the entire time. You get to hear my radio calls. Now, because this is a doors-off tour, you're going to find out with the door, there's going to be 140 mile-an-hour winds, like Category 4 hurricane. So please keep your arms, legs, cameras, selfie sticks, everything inside the aircraft. I want everybody to be safe. All right, a couple more things. Nancy and Jeffrey, if you look in front of me, you see yourself on the screen here, so go ahead and wave to the camera there. All right, and for Jeff and Melvin, if you look over to the right along the door, you see the camera mounted there. Just to your right there, Melvin. There you go. There we go. All right, cool. All right. I am recording this on video, so if anybody wants the video, possibly Bryce here can help you out. All right, we're going to get started. If you look up at the mountains, you can tell, you can see what we're up against. Right, a little bit of noise in your headset.
Qualified sold, not the departure. Not qualified sold.
Tower Magnum 7, South Rancho Line, departure.
Magnum 7, all tower departure, South Rancho Beach, Road, Rest, remaining east of all runways. Traffic noise 767 departing runway 8 right, caution, wake service.
All runways, Magnum 7 on the go, looking for traffic on 8 right.
891604 on departure, flight 140, wind 06015, dust 23, runway 8 right, cleared for takeoff. Alright, on departure 140, heading clear takeoff on 8 right, 1604. Delta 909 heavy, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 8 right, Delta 909.
Magnum 7, additional traffic, heading 217, departing runway 8 right, caution, wake service, 45 minutes.
Magnum 7 has traffic departing 8 right, approximately couple.
Magnum 123, heavy, turn left.
Departure Magnum 7, 400 feet, shoreline 6, departure, course 1500 after Magic Island, turn Gulf YTC over the top of the deck.
Magnum 7, get departure radar contact to approve those inputs.
Alright guys, thanks again for coming with me today. If you look over to the left, there is Honolulu Harbor. Honolulu Harbor is the main port for the island of Oahu, and essentially the entire state of Hawaii. If you look across the harbor now, you see a building with a clock on it. It's going to be Aloha Tower. Built in 1926, it's still a working control tower for the harbor. Once upon a time, the tallest building in all of Honolulu. If this is your first trip to Hawaii, guys, a lot of folks always amazed just how clear the Pacific water is out here. Down below us, nice light blue color. Within only a couple hundred yards, the water turns very deep blue. That's because as a volcanic island, the slope of the island continues on down to the bottom of the ocean. Itself drops off very quickly, causing the water to turn very deep blue. As you can tell, we're getting bounced around just a little bit today. That's due to the northeasterly trade winds that fan and cool the Hawaiian Islands. That's what keeps it cool on the beach. Those winds come blowing over the top of the mountains, ripping down through the valleys and the buildings, causing a little bit of turbulence in the south side of the island here. And the X7 has the traffic indicator. As we look straight ahead of us, we got the famous Diamond Head crater coming into view. Diamond Head mistakenly called that by the British sailors when they discovered it. Of all the volcanic crimples they saw on the slope. Diamond Head's true Hawaiian name is called Leahi, loosely translated. Leahi means brow of the tuna. If you look at the shape of the mountain, it loosely resembles the dorsal pattern of the tuna. As we come down to the shoreline here, you can see a pink building over on the left. That's going to be the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, built in 1926. It is the second oldest building in Waikiki. As you look further down the shoreline, short white building with a flag on it, the Moana Hotel. The 1901 makes it the oldest building in Waikiki. I'm going to slow down here and make a little turn. Everybody gets a good look at Waikiki Beach. One of the things I always like to do now is going right over Diamond Head crater. Summit here at Diamond Head is about 760 feet high. Most people make the hike in the morning when it's nice and cold. Sometimes they do it late in the afternoon when the sun is going down. Makes a very pretty vista of Waikiki in the foreground. But as we go over the crater, you can see there are a couple of buildings on the crater floor. Now, that's going to be the headquarters for the state civil defense. Unless they've been hiding under a rock, you know, a little bit of excitement last January. This is where the man accidentally pushed the button for the missile warning. Made for a real interesting day here. Nothing like waking up in the morning thinking you got a ballistic missile on the way. You got 15 minutes to live, and half an hour later, the oops, my bad. Now, the coastline you see coming up on the right side now is what we call the Gold Coast of Oahu, some of the most expensive properties in the country. Any of these shoreline homes here, anywhere between $50 and $60 million. So welcome to Hawaii, guys. Give you an idea how windy it is today. Look at the water. You see all the white caps down below. The white building you see coming up on the shoreline up ahead of us is the Kahala Hotel. It's one of the Island's 2 5-star hotels. Right behind it is the privately owned Wildlife Country Club. Fred's annual PGA Sony Open that plays every January. If you follow golf, Matt Kuchar won the tournament this year. How you guys doing back there? You guys doing all right?
Doing good.
All right. How you two doing up here? Okay?
We're doing good.
All
How you
right.
doing, honey?
Let me guess, you talked her into this, right? And you're buying her a really good dinner, a couple of stiff drinks after this.
Yes, I am.
All right, look out those mountains now. You can see two ridges of the home. So the second ridge here is a private gated community called Hawaii Lower Ridge. Hawaii Lower Ridge homes average anywhere from $8 to $10 million. But believe it or not, some people feel so special. It's actually a gated community, and the gated community will have at the top. Don't have to be water cost to live up there. Only the pilots, movie stars like Bruce Willis, Jackie Chan, Keanu Reeves, all have homes in this area. Let's look straight ahead of us now. You got that community with the waterways coming into view. That's going to be Hawaii Kai. Hawaii Kai was built in the 60s by a man named Henry Kaiser. Mr. Kaiser made a lot of his money building ships during World War II. They got the idea for Hawaii Kai from a trip he took to Venice and saw the homes on the water. Decided to bring the idea here. Mr. Kaiser also responsible for building the Hilton Hawaiian Village, because in the 60s it was known as the Kaiser Hawaiian Village. But just over to the right now, another exclusive neighborhood called Port Lost, more expensive $10 to $15 million home. If you ever heard of the TV show Dog the Bounty Hunter, Dog lives over there and over here. If you have a car, it's harder to find his house because there's a big old iron gate with his face on it. I'm guessing it's the sunglasses and a mullet, but just a guess. If you look straight ahead of us, there you got Cocoa Crater coming into view. As you go by, you can see a trail in the front of it that'll take you straight to the top. Most people make the hike in about 30 to 45 minutes. The local fire department, as far as the firefighters, they do it in 21 minutes. You're in pretty good shape to be a firefighter here. Give you an idea just how windy it is. I'm doing 110 knots. My GPS tells me I'm only doing 76 knots on the ground, so very breezy. If you look over to the right, you're going to see one of the best places to go snorkeling in Hawaii. It's called Hanauma Bay. Hanauma Bay is actually an extinct volcanic crater. One side collapsed into the ocean, creating a natural bay here. You can go swimming here every day except Tuesday, where they close the bay to let the reef recover from all the human activity. But if you get a chance to go in the water, once you're in the ocean, you get surrounded by hundreds of fish. I'll bank it over as you go by. Everybody gets a good look at Hanauma Bay. Now, as you go by Cocoa Crater, it's going to get a little bumpy for about 10 seconds or so. I'm guessing you don't like roller coasters, huh? I don't like roller coasters. All right, now we're going to come right around Cocoa Crater now. If you look over to the left in the distance, you're going to see the easternmost end of the island. That's an area called Makapu. If you have a car, you can park at the base of the mountain there and walk around the trail to the scenic lookout. You get to see the Makapu Lighthouse. Lighthouse is the largest lighthouse lens west of the Mississippi. It can be seen for almost 30 miles, which on a clear day you'll be able to see the island of Molokai to the right, but it's a little hazy today. Now the channel between the two islands, though, is called the Kahiji Channel, sometimes considered some of the roughest water in the world. Due to the northeasterly trade winds that blow between the two islands, creating a wind tunnel and a very rough sea. But if you look over to the left offshore now, you see Rabbit Island. Rabbit Island is actually a bird conservation area, but once upon a time there was a bandit that raised rabbits there. I got you. Okay. Okay, I got you. As you cross over the ridge, you can see the lighthouse coming up on the right side here.
That's the hill we hiked yesterday?
Yep. That's an easy hike, man. Just 30 minutes, walk around. It was harder coming down than going up. That's the old age, right? Yeah, you and me both, buddy. As I cross over the ridge and I look down to the left, you can see our little version of SeaWorld here. This is called Sea Life Park. Now, of course, not nearly as big as SeaWorld. But if you remember the movie, 51st Dates, this is where Adam Sandler worked as a walrus. Of course, his friend Rob Schneider. But I'm going to give you a little bit of TV trivia now. If you look ahead of us on the shoreline, you see a J-shaped rock wall. Now, right where the wall connects to the beach is going to be an estate we call the Robin Masters Estate. If you remember what show that's from, no, it's not Hawaii Five-0. If you don't remember, I'll give you a clue. You're from a Magnum helicopter, so thanks again for coming and saying. That's where they filmed the original Magnum PI, just over to the left. Now, unfortunately, they tore the house down about 2 years ago, so I'm curious to see what they're going to build next. Now, they are filming the new Magnum PI on the island here with Harrison Friday night on CBS, and you're actually sitting in one of the helicopters used for the show, so now you get a started, though. Let's look straight ahead of us, though. You got Bellows Air Base coming into view. Not so much an air base anymore, but the U.S. Marines like to use the feature to practice landing. Well, a little known fact about Bellows, it was also a target of the Japanese in an attack in 1941. About a mile behind. Alright, so look over to the right, you see two islands there. Those are going to be the Mokulua Islands, or the Twin Islands. A lot of folks like to take their paddle boats and kayaks out there on the weekend and just hang out on the beach. But just across the water from the Mokulua is now a little pocket of homestead called Lanikai. More expensive $10 to $12 million home. Alright, but now you guys are already wondering, alright, all I did is show you where rich people live. Might be wondering where regular folks live, so just ahead of us, nice average middle class. 1 mile behind you. Nice average middle class neighborhood called Enchanted Lake. That being said, a nice average middle class home on this island still starts at $835,000. It's still not exactly pocket change. Let's look ahead of us now. You get the Twin Peaks to Mount Molamana. Now you can actually hike up there, but you got to be a pretty good hiker because the trail's very narrow. Drops out very steep there on both sides. Now we are on the windward side of the island, which means it does rain quite a bit. Also means the trail is going to be very wet and slippery. Now that's the hike. You got to be pretty advanced to go up there. Trust me, maybe about every 3 months or so, somebody goes falling off of that thing. So, yeah, be very careful around here. Olamana on the Coconut Island. If you look over to the right, you're going to see the big peninsula there. That's called Marine Corps Base Hawaii. Being located in the middle of the Pacific, we're very lucky to be represented by all the branches of our military. So as we go around the island, we're going to get to see the rest of the bases, because we'll be in the Pearl Harbor on the way back in. You can see across the bay, right? Yeah. This is all salt spray because it's so windy, it picks it up off the ocean. Of course, some of it is rain too. As you look over to the left, you can see a low pass of the mountain. Now, that's what we call the Pali, right under those clouds there. As you do a little studying about Hawaiian history, though, you're going to find that a man named Kamehameha conquered and unified most of the Hawaiian Islands. When his warriors came to the island of Oahu, they cornered the warriors from Oahu right up in that pass, and many of them jumped to their death or had been captured. So they call it the site, the last great battle for the island of Oahu. Now, a large bay coming up ahead of us is called Kaneohe Bay. It's a big marine conservation area. A lot of hammerhead sharks like to come in here to raise their young, but if you look right in the middle of the bay, you see this island coming into view. That's going to be Coconut Island. There's a research facility there operated by the University of Hawaii, but you might know the island better as Gilligan's Island because that's the island they actually show you in the beginning of the show. Now, they did not film the show there, they filmed it on the island of Kauai, at least for the pilot before going back to California and filming in the studio. Now, one little thing about Gilligan's Island, though, on the very last day of filming the pilot, that's the same day that President Kennedy was assassinated. So If you watch the show, at the very, during the open, as the ship leaves the harbor, you see a flag in the background flying at half staff. That's what that represents. And then Coconut Island, 118. As across the shoreline, you can look into the bay, you can see all these brown circles. This is all coral reef. Most people imagine coral reef as long stretches of reef along the shoreline. But the bay here is so compact, the coral can attach itself very easily to the bottom of the bay, creating all these beautiful circular patterns. Of course, the only way we get to see it is from the air. I don't know if you guys are believers or not, but if you have Netflix, I was wondering if you're a believer or not, but if you have Netflix, there's a documentary called Chasing Coral. The documentary talks about the bleaching of the coral around the world, especially in 2016. The same year they determined about 29% of the Great Barrier Reef in Australia was bleached and killed. Well, that research started here in Kaneohe Bay. Now, if you look at the reef down below, you see all the brown edges. That's actually dead reef. The brown is algae that's built up in the skeleton of the dead coral. Well, you always hear scientists talking about 2 degrees in the temperature at which the environment makes really big changes. In 2016, the temperature down below here is 4.5 degrees warmer than normal. It's kind of like walking around in a warm bathtub and basically boils the reef to death. Now, there's still the research here, try and find species of coral that can withstand the warmer temperatures. Hopefully propagate that around the world, try to recover some of the reef. Now, the mountain range over to the left is called the Ko'olau Mountain Range. The mountain range extends the entire length of the island. Island's 40 miles long by 30 miles wide. Now, that's not a very big island, but keep in mind there's over 1 million people here. So they've been here for a couple of days, but the pleasure of getting stuck in our traffic. Believe it or not, in recent years, Honolulu and rated worst traffic to drive in the country, even in front of New York and LA. That's because you have 8 lanes, we got 4. And of course, notice how small the spaces here. 7 is clear to the north. Now take a look at the mountains just ahead of us, see if they don't start to look familiar. Now they might, because we're getting to the part of the island where they film a lot of movies and TV shows. Movies like Jurassic Park, 51st Dates, Tears of the Sun, The Rundown, King Kong, Pirates of the Caribbean, Hunger Games, and of course TV shows like Lost and Hawaii Five-0. At the base of the mountain to the right is a place called Kualoa Ranch where they got horseback riding and ATV riding. You like to do that kind of thing. But more famously known for the valley down on the opposite side of the ridge. That's because that's where they filmed some of the scenes from the original Jurassic Park. In fact, 2015 Jurassic World is from that area coming up on the left here. Next, 7 White Sunny, got back up Cobb Valley for the shoreline. Hey guys, I remember the first time I ever saw dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. They come running around the rolling hills. So imagine them flying along like this. Cross over the ridgeline, all of a sudden I see dinosaurs running all around. Well, this is the valley where they filmed those scenes. This is going to be Ka'ava Valley coming up ahead of us here. Unfortunately, no dinosaurs today. Dinosaurs cost extra, but the cows are free. And if you're a fan of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the movie Jumanji was also filmed in the valley down below here. Set up on. As you look down on the valley floor, up ahead to the right here, you're going to see a bunch of bones laying on the ground. That's left over from the movie Kong Skull Island. You're going to see a giant skull staring up at you as you go by. Just down on the right. Bank it over as you go by. Everybody gets a good look at it. Coming out of Cobb Valley, 1.6, well, actually, I'll take the phone. So this is going to catch up to the rain here. Slow down. As you come around the valley here, the ridge line, if you look up into the valley, you notice how pristine and untouched the valley is. This is what we call triple canopy rainforest. One of the only kind of rainforest of this kind of country. We are very protective of the land out here because of the saying, oh, keep the country's country. This is Kahana State Park down below with Kahana Bay down below us here. Give me your hand. Let's feel the rain. My fastest favorite collection. Normally I take you up into the mountains here to show you Sacred Falls, but a little rained in right now, so I'm going to bypass that for now. Normally I'd be flying up along the mountains here, but a lot of folks who like to come to Hawaii to hike the trails up here, but you got to be a pretty good hiker because every once in a while somebody goes walking right off the edge of the cliff. What happens is you're walking up the trail, step into the brush thinking there's ground beneath it. Sometimes there isn't, and off you go. Now the town you see coming up on the right side now is called Laie. Laie is home to the Polynesian Cultural Center, which is a triangular roof on the right side of town coming up on the right. If you get a chance to go out there in the daytime, you got these villages that represent different cultures of the South Pacific. Laie is also home to the Brigham Young University of Hawaii and the oldest Mormon temple west of Salt Lake City. I'm very lucky to be flying along the mountains like this today because much of the year the clouds are just right on top of the ridge. Those clouds release the moisture in the form of light rain and light mist. It takes about 20 years for all that moisture to seep into the ground, get into an aquifer, and become a fresh drinking water. With over 1 million people on the island, as you might imagine, it's a very precious resource for us. This is all conservation land here, which covers about 25% of the island. A lot of folks are born and raised here. They never get to see the interior of the island like this. Guys still doing it right back there? Alright. How you two doing up here? Okay? Alright, cool. If we look ahead of us now, you got the town of Kahuku coming up ahead. Now, as you go by, you can see a field here with all these rectangular ponds. These are going to be shrimp ponds. If you get a chance, I highly recommend that you rent a car for a day. Travel around the island, you stop at a pond here, and you got these shanties that tell you cook shrimp. Makes a really good lunch, so you go over here and buy the shrimp, drive it out to the North Shore, and have yourself a nice picnic. Next time I'm opening Kahuku for a local. Just ahead of us to the right, at 2 o'clock position, that's the northernmost tip of the island. It's called Kahuku Point. If you look at the map of the island, the very tip there, that's the point right there. It's come up if you look ahead of us now, you've got the famous North Shore of Oahu coming into view. North Shore here is famous because of all the big surf we get every year. And, you know, anywhere between November and about April, lots of storms in the North Pacific create a lot of energy. All that energy travels through the ocean. Doesn't hit the shoreline, and the surfing creates all the big 20 and 30-foot waves. But during the same period, though, a lot of humpback whales from Alaska come to Hawaii to raise their young. Now, the interesting thing about that is the entire time the whales are here, well, the whale never feeds. All it does is care for its calf, but after the 6 months is out, it makes a 2,500-mile swim back to Alaska, and that's when the whale starts to feed again. Thanks. Something golf balls for sunset in 1 minute. Now, going to be crossing the shoreline, you can see some of the most famous surf spots in the world. On the right side, you can see this point here. This is going to be Sunset Beach. On the left side, you have the Frontside Pipeline. You got Sunset all over to the right side here. Excellent. Sunset one.
Will we see the haiku stairs?
Oh, we passed that a long time ago. Well, it's up in the mountains covered by rain at the moment, so you wouldn't have been able to see it anyway. That's way back in Kaneohe. I got the pipeline just down to the left here. A lot of folks do like to come to the North Shore here to walk up and down the beach and get their feet wet. You just got to be very careful because waves can take the sand out from under your feet, drag you out in the ocean. Just beware, nature can be very unpredictable here. But as you come down the shoreline, you can see the most famous of all the big surfing areas. That, of course, is going to be Waimea Bay. Let's go by and notice the near corner there. That's the corner where the big waves crash during the wintertime. But as you go by, notice the bottom of the ocean in that corner. That's about rocks and boulders. Now keep in mind, it's only about 15 feet deep there, so imagine falling from a 20-foot wave. It's really not going to be a good day. As you can tell, we crossed over the ridge line, so now we're going to start to get a little bit more bumpy for the next 15 minutes or so. Just off to the left, you get the rocky area. There's a favorite place for people to go snorkeling during the summertime. Ironically, it's called Shark's Cove. So that's why I'm here for those. I got one there being down on the right side now. Alright, now the valley you see going up into the mountains here is called Waimea Valley. Now you notice it kind of splits off into 3 smaller valleys. Now, as we come up the valley, you're going to see right at the beginning of the middle valley, you see a pond here fed by Waimea Falls here. Now, the water is pretty brown today. That's probably due to the runoff, but it doesn't surprise me. There's probably going to be people swimming around in there. You got Waimea Falls just off to the left here, Jeff. I'll make a turn so everybody gets a good look at it. All right, coming your side here, Melvin. just off to the right.
And I can see at China point 1,500.
Excellent. YMAS off the boat. Good thing nobody had a big lunch, huh? Alright, now we're going to come down to the central valley of the island now. Imagine once upon a time now, this entire central plain used to be covered in pineapple and sugarcane. Now, basically all of Hawaii was controlled by plantations for over 100 years. Over time, though, it got more and more expensive to raise those crops, so one by one they slowly went out of business. Now, we do have one famous plantation remaining. Just across the valley to the right is the Dole Pineapple Plantation. Immediately to the right, we got everything from corn, watermelons, bell peppers, bananas. Soccer fields at a 2 o'clock position is actually a coffee farm also owned by Dole. Hey, Jeffrey, you like a good steak?
I'm all about a good steak.
All right, cool. Well, if you look ahead of us, you're going to see the field coming into view. You're going to see a couple of small herds of cows. Usually they're up right in front of us. You guys all heard of Kobe beef and Wagyu beef, right? Some of the best meat in the world. But did you know that the way to raise those cows is very inhumane? That's because they put them in these really tight pens their entire life so they can't move around. That's a good theory. No muscle tone, soft meat, high fat content, but kind of inhumane. Anyway, they were here earlier. Now, these herds see coming up ahead of us and actually be a part of an experiment being done by the University of Hawaii. What they're trying to do is take the scientific approach to create the same effect and immobilize the cows but without the tight pen. Well, what they're trying to do is create a new species of cow that doesn't have any legs so they can't move around. Pretty crazy, right? I call it ground beef. Yeah, I know. It's a flight helicopter, right?
That's a good one.
97 dash 1 for Henry. Traffic max 2001 north of Oldford interchange. All the pineapple fields just off to the right side now. You're going to notice the soil here is very red in color, and that's because as a volcanic island, the soil is very rich in minerals. It does explain why agriculture does so well here. Well, you can ask anybody who's bought a brand new house lately, you can always tell you within about 6 months you get a nicely red stained house. So you can paint your house any color you like, you just gotta like the color red. Now, if you look ahead of us, though, you see this red roof coming into view. That's gonna be the Dole Visitor Center. As you go by, then notice they got a big maze there that's grown in the shape of a giant pineapple. It's supposed to be the largest maze of its kind in the world. But if you need another reason to go there, they got really, really good pineapple ice cream. Of course, nobody ever said no to ice cream, right? Well, bank it over as you go by. Everybody gets a good look at the pineapple maze here. Right, down to the right. I'll bank it over as you go by. Everybody gets a good look at it. A little bit of history. If you look over to the left in the distance, you can just barely make out Pearl Harbor in the distance. It's over there. Now imagine this. It's 1941 and you're a Japanese pilot. Now this is the same view, or actually the same task that those pilots had. Not the same view, it was a nice bright sunny morning that day. But the main force of attack is straight down the center of the island here. I'm saying to the pulley, which I showed you earlier. Now, you might remember the Americans were able to launch a few airplanes during attack. They're coming up on the right side now of Wheeler Army Airfield. That is the same airfield where those planes took off from. So imagine trying to launch an airplane, but at the same time you're getting shot at and bombed. So very courageous for those guys to be doing that. Today, we use primarily helicopter base. We get everything from a CH-47 Chinook, AH-60 Blackhawks, and a squadron of AH-64 Apache attack helicopters. If you haven't been to Pearl Harbor yet, we got the USS Missouri battleship there and the Arizona Memorial. Now, it's fortunate we have both structures there because they both represent the beginning and ending of World War II. Now, of course, the Arizona was sunk there, but the USS Missouri is a ship in which the Declaration of Surrender was signed. Now, the ship's on the right side of the harbor, just all in mothballs, waiting for the scrapyard. Every other year, the U.S. Navy holds what they call the Rim of the Pacific exercises, which is the largest military exercise in the world. Last year, it was exercising most, 25 countries. There's a bit of a rainbow off to the left here. Magnum 7, Walmart, 2000, clear to the south.
Temperature 26. Altimeter 299.4.
Now, we're going to be dropping down about 1,000 feet here. Going to make our way to Pearl Harbor.
Expect current.
I am going to get busy on the radios, so just bear with me here.
Runway 87 has been shortened. 9,100 feet available. Last available exit at taxiway Echo. Taxiway Foxtrot between taxiway Delta and 400 FT south. Taxiway Delta closed. Use caution personnel and equipment working adjacent to all runways and taxiways. Web sky closed. Gate C4 and C3 code only. Free back. Control instruction. Wind shear advisory in effect. Increase first strike hazard on runways. Airmet Tango update 3. Sierra update 6 valid. For information at Novo Lockheed Flight Service Station. Use caution. Move departure heading for eastbound departures. Advise on initial connect to have information pop up.
Approaching Magnum 7 with Papa 3 North with interchange across North 6 arrival, turns $4, 1,700 for 1,000.
76 approach, credit to Bravo airspeed, North 6 arrival, squawk 1646.
1646, clear North 6 arrival, Magnum 7. Alright, now as you get closer to Port Island, you start to see the Missouri battleship on the far side. Goes right next to it. You can see the Arizona Memorial. One of the views few people ever get to see is actual battleship Arizona just below the surface of the water.
Magnum 7 radar contact, come on north of the interchange. Contact tower when you're ready.
Alright, about Magnum 7. You're also going to see oil flowing on the surface. It's going to be 77-year-old oil coming out of the ship. Symbolically speaking, the oil droplets represent the tears of the sailors still entombed in the ship. Over 1,100 sailors. We'll be making turns here at Fort Island, so everybody gets a good look at Arizona. It's been on the left side at first, but just you get a good look at it. And make a big turn, put on the right. And just over to the right side here, you get the mothball fleet. we're going to slow down now. Let's look over to the right side of the shoreline at Fort Island here. You see a ship that's rolled over inside. That's the USS Utah. All the sunshine attached. It is unknown, but all that's the point here. And yes, you get to Arizona, just over to the left side now. Got it, Jeff? Alright. Alright, Melvin, I'm in around your side here. Magnum 7, Fort Island inbound. Magnum 7, Fort Island to the south, right?
Magnum 7, Honolulu, Tahoe at the prison.
Prison, hold Magnum 7. Well, you got the active part of the Navy base over to the right side here with Hickam Air Force Base over in the distance. Hickam is one of the few air bases in the country. Actually shares runways with the working commercial airport. Let's get Arizona Visitor Center over to the left here. Now the big runway you see off in the distance there is called the Reef Runway. Originally built as an alternate landing site for the space shuttle when they were flying. Alright guys, well I appreciate you guys flying with me today. You guys all win gold stars today. Nobody used any Aloha bags. I am going to be busy on the radio, so take a little commercial break and I'll come back to you once I get on the ground here.
Center 5, Honolulu Tower, continue taxi runway 8 right.
Continue taxi 8 right, Center 5.
Tower, clear 98, approach to Foxhole 2000. 98, Honolulu Tower, continue. Clear 9 right. Magnum 7, flight east of all runways on southbound power zone right.
East of all runways, southbound Myris, Magnum 7.
Runway right clear for takeoff.
Right clear for takeoff, right, thank you.
Down to Sierra, turn right at Delta, contact ground.
And right on deck at Delta, contact ground, Cincinnati Hills, good day.
Tamaka 248, contact departure.
Departure, Tamaka 248, yeah.
Hawaiian 25 heavy, turn left Sierra, contact ground.
Left Sierra, contact ground, Hawaiian 25.
Traffic, the Boeing 737,
Question on the descendant, turn the downwind, looking for the 737 clear now, right?
Flight 26, turn right heading 155. Roger, maintain the separation, caution wake turbulence, I'll call your base turn.
Call the base turn, Glenn, Henry.
Hawaiian 26, contact departure.
Departure line, good to see you.
Center 5, runway right, line up to wait, traffic landing, runway 4 right.
Line up to wait, Center 5.
contact ground.
On Kilo, we'll cross 8 left, ground 1, get away.
Well, 98, major discretion, runway 4 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 4 right, clear 98, request long landing for Papa.
So 98 approved.
Approved, clear 98.
All engine 64, turn left, Delta, contact ground.
That's ground 1, 64.
Frontier 5, runway right, clear for takeoff.
You're right, clear for takeoff, Frontier 5. Alright guys, appreciate you guys flying with me today. How's everybody doing?